Alright gang, Joe here at Ferro Woodcraft. We're here for week 20 of 52 Ferro fires. Up this week is black cherry bark. Won't go into the ins and outs of how I came to this, but it was pretty spontaneous yesterday. It's a little bit different. Didn't go quite as I expected, but honestly I didn't really know what to expect either. But first, before we get into that, got a little something I want to share with you guys. Alright gang, this is a little bit different for me anyway. Never really done this before. Acquaintance of mine on Bushcraft USA goes by the name on the forum itself, goes by Cromando, I believe. On YouTube he goes by Wilderness, well, let me double check my phone here. Excuse me, not Wilderness, Woodsman Croman, and also kind of coins the term intuitive survival as well. I'm not sure which he prefers to go by on there. Anyway, just came across this channel. Interesting stuff, guys. He's doing a giveaway, but it's not been as widely received as he had hoped, just strictly because I think of a low audience base at this point. Anyway, it's pretty cool. He's giving away some bedroll straps, paracord bedroll straps. So anyway, I believe he's got two rules to enter. He wants you to post up a friction fire video. Or if you already have one, just give him a link, as well as become a subscriber of his, which both I suggest. I mean, you know, friction fire is fun, and you know, he's sharing some good stuff. So anyway, I'll put a link in the description of his video there and his channel. And anyway, just check him out if you like it. Participate. Anyway, on to today's Ferro fire. I already did a lot of the work on this one. Like I said, it was pretty spontaneous yesterday. I was on a walk with my kids, just kind of picked it up, started whittling on a stick, and noticed some properties about the black cherry that I thought was interesting. Has bark, obviously, but let me adjust this camera so I can kind of show you what I found interesting about it. All right. Okay, as you can see, I was whittling, doing some feathering stuff, but let's see if I can get this to cooperate. It kind of peels off in chunks. It's pretty thick for a bark, but as hopefully you can see there, it does have a decent amount of inner fiber. It's not like poplar or cedar or anything like that. It's a real thick, dense material, but you can peel it off, and it comes off in chunks. So it's kind of a pain to fluff up into a bird's nest type material, but you can get it off. I ended up actually taking my knife and making strips out of it and working it down from there, pretty much just like that. And then just breaking it down, rolling it into a ball, and you lose a lot of the outer bark, but really the consistency between the outer bark and inner bark is really negligible. I mean, it's the inner bark is really dense, and it is fibrous, but yet it doesn't have much tensile or hold together strength. But anyway, while we were on a walk, I was doing that, and I came up with that. Now, that was a lot of work, guys. That was probably 30 minutes of working just the bark off of maybe a foot-long round section, you know. But a chunk from finger to finger there. But, alright, enough of me yakking. Let's see what we can do with this here. Finer stuff catches, but, and I'll be honest, I've already done this. It's not the best, but it is doable. And honestly, that went better than it did yesterday. Huh. Too cool. But it does have a long burn time. It is really finicky. If you get a lot of wind or something like that, I think you'd have a lot of problems. That being said, as dense as it is, and I'm going to play around with it some more, but I think getting a coal with solar, I think it would work really, really well. It seems to coal up and retain heat really well, even though it doesn't actually flame that great. But you get this, I mean, it's as long as you're out of the wind and it's not too damp. It has a long burn time, so you'd have a good time to get you know, your other tinder and stuff on here and get a real flame going. But anyway, guys, well, thanks for joining me. This is week 20, black cherry bark. And again, check out Woodsman Crowman, his channel and his giveaway. And anyway, gang, I will see you next week. And this has us caught up, by the way. So we are the full 20 weeks into the 52 Ferro Fire series. Again, thanks for joining me.